Hello and welcome to your English class. This video is based on your common course Transactions, Essential English Language Skills. Its paper code is A01. Transaction simply means give and take. It is usually used in the context of business. This paper introduces basic language skills to you. Before we move on to the topic, let me ask you a question. Why are we learning English? As we all know, it is a global language. It was the language of the British who colonized most parts of the world for centuries, and their language also became widespread. It is also called lingua franca, a language that is adopted as a common language between speakers whose native languages are different. In India, with a lot of regional languages, English functions as a linking language. In India, learning English is still relevant because of the importance assigned to English in educational system. Role of English proficiency in career. The symbolic prestige that English enjoys, especially in Kerala, role of English in medicine, engineering, technology, banking, computing, tourism, etc. So, totally we can say that English is a vital life skill for students. Scholars say that English could be taught to the students in a number of ways. They call it world Englishes. But they agree upon the fact that teaching the central features of English is crucial in English learning. So your paper is based on these central features of English. The book Transactions is based on 4 modules. First module is pronunciation, second module is vocabulary, third module is grammar, fourth module is speaking skills, and fifth module is reading skills. This video is an introduction to part 1, pronunciation. In this part or module, we are going to learn about English speech sounds. What do we call language? Language is a system of words or signs that people use to express thoughts and feelings to each other in a particular group. So, two things are essential for a language to exist. One is a system of words or signs. Second is a group of people who agree upon these signs or words. Most modern languages are based on words, and those words are made of speech sounds. The number of speech sounds and manner of articulating or producing them differ from one language to another. Now let's learn about speech sounds in English. We are all familiar with the alphabets. English has 26 alphabets. These letters in alphabets are the basic units in writing. But not all languages in this world have a writing system. But all spoken languages have their speech sounds. So, in order to learn speech sounds and pronunciation, you have to distinguish the alphabets from speech sounds. Now, I have already mentioned articulation to you. Articulation is the process of making speech sounds. The organs of your body that are involved in creating the speech sounds, they are called articulators. The most important articulators in a human body are as follows. One is your lip, your teeth, then tongue tip or your entire tongue, your palate or the roof of your mouth, then alveolar ridge, the space just behind your teeth, upper teeth, and your vocal cords. Vocal cords are actually situated in your throat. In some people's throat, you can find the protruding part of the vocal cord or larynx, which we call as the Adam's apple. The lungs also have a very important role in creating speech sounds. The vocal cords vibrate when air passes through them, creating sounds. As I told you, the lung air plays a crucial role in articulation. Depending on the flow of the air, the quality of the sound differs. It depends upon whether air goes in or out when you speak. In most languages that we are familiar with, we speak the sounds along with breathing out the air, which seems quite effortless. But in certain languages, we have certain sounds produced by intaking the air. So that depends upon how you breathe in and breathe out the air. And it determines the quality of the sounds produced. Most letters are produced by letting the air out through our mouth. And when the air comes out through the mouth, if there is no obstruction, the quality of the sound will be different than those sounds produced with some obstruction on its way, on the way of the air stream. Now, certain sounds are produced by letting the air out of your nose instead of your mouth. These sounds are actually familiar sounds to you all. You will be clearly understanding this when I give you examples. We can learn more about them in our next video. Now coming back to English, there is a usual question that people ask, why is English so weird, so strange? We often come across mismatches in the way a word is pronounced and spelt. That's basically because of the difference between English speech sounds and English letters. As we all know, our mother tongue Malayalam has 56 alphabets and our spoken sounds correspond to these 56 alphabets. We don't have more speech sounds. But in the case of English, which is a language with a lot of vocabulary borrowed from other languages, it has 26 letters in its alphabet, but it has 44 speech sounds. That actually results in the difficulty in pronouncing certain English words. We call English a non-phonemic writing system, or the writing system in English is not based on the sounds in English. We don't have enough letters to represent the sounds in English. So we use the repetitive alphabets in order to represent certain different sounds. Another reason for this disparity is that the spoken language kept changing in the case of English while the writing system remained the same. As I told you earlier, English has 44 speech sounds which are divided into 20 vowels and 24 consonants. You may have heard of English vowel letters as 5, A, E, I, O, U. But in the case of speech sounds, we have 20 vowels. And consonants, we have 24. And even vowels are further divided into monophthongs or pure vowels, which include 12 vowels or pure vowels, or diphthongs or vowel glides, which are called vowel glides because when you pronounce them, you start with one vowel, you end with another. So there are 8 of them in English speaking system, and altogether we have 44 sounds. We will learn in detail all these 44 sounds in our next video. Before learning the English speech sounds, we have a task here. On the screen, you can find a paragraph with some letters in red color, or those red colored letters represent certain speech sounds. So what you have to do is that you have to read the paragraph, read the passage without bothering about its meaning. You just focus on how you are pronouncing it. I can read it for you. Phonetics is defined as the scientific study of how speech sounds are produced, transmitted, and received. It mainly deals with the manner of articulating sounds and the articulators involved in producing the sound. Since English is a non-phonetic language, some basic knowledge of its phonetics should be part of any course in English language. So do this on your own and find out how these red colored sounds are produced, and while producing them, how your lips are, how the sound comes out. All these things you have to observe, and just try to see how many sounds, when they are produced, came out of your mouth without any obstruction. The air comes out of your mouth without any obstruction. The mouth was almost open, and how many came out with some obstruction. This you have to find out, and you have to categorize the letters, the red colored letters in the passage, as sounds produced with air obstruction and sounds produced without air obstruction. Thank you for watching the video. Do the exercise and I'll come back with the next video. Thank you.